Hello everyone, my name is Christian.
And I'm Joana.
And together we make up Board Game Beans. And in this What's in a Box, we are going to be looking at Fliptown.
Did you see what he did there?
I flipped it. Okay, so this game is new to us. We saw it for
A while ago.
We saw it a while ago, and it's really hard to get hold of. Now, this game is available as a print and play, meaning, or I'm not sure if the whole game is. I think the whole game is available as a print and play.
Yeah.
We decided to wait so we can get hold of the box. And in this video, we're going to do a little unboxing, essentially. You can see it's still in the wrap. We'll break down the components, and then we will go off and play the game and come back and give our initial thoughts. It is published by Right Stuff Games with the designer Stephen Aramini and art by Naomi Ferrall. On the back of the box, it says it comes with 4 erase boards, 4 dry erase pens, 54 card custom poker deck, a poker deck tuck box, 14 character cards, 12 bounty cards, and 4 cowbot cards.
Cowbot cards?
I thought it was going to say cowboy, and it threw me a second saying cowbot. So I don't know what a cowbot is. And
it's a cowboy bot.
So let's open this up very gently. There we go.
Exciting.
Exciting. Ooh, that's satisfying. You straight away smell it. Okay, it does have a nice smell.
It does.
Okay, so it's got these pens. They seem to have little magnets on them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Let's try. I don't know.
Maybe just to be...
Oh, it has a bit of magnet.
Yeah?
Little, very... I don't know why you would want magnets. Maybe to put them on your fridge.
I'm going to start opening this because I cannot wait.
Okay, well, they're weak magnets.
Ooh. The cards are sticky.
Yeah, maybe it's just a first use. Ooh.
Wait. No.
Is this magnetic? No, I don't know why it is magnets on the pens.
The cards are really thick.
Yeah?
Yeah, really thick, and they are kind of stuck together.
The player boards are quite big. Bigger than I expected them to be.
Ooh.
And I think that's it. What else have we got in there? We're going to open up the deck card.
Huh.
Oh, double wrapped?
I can open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't need to be...
The box was wrapped and this was wrapped.
This didn't need plastic if it was already in a box.
The cards feel like they're dry erase, are they? I need to read this as it comes with again.
Yeah, maybe. Because these are different.
These are just the character cards and bounty cards, I guess.
Ooh, so pretty, look.
And this is like a normal linen finished deck of cards, right?
Yeah. Were they still kind of sticky when you touched them? No.
I think
So
it's just that
the first
pressed together.
Yeah. Can I just see as well the rule book? Things are long.
Yeah.
The art style is really cute. Look at this.
So we are going to go off and learn and play your first round of this, and then we will get back to you with our initial thoughts. And we're back. And we're outside. And it's actually been one whole week since the first part of this video.
Oopsies.
What happened was we decided to come outside because it was really, really hot, about 30 degrees Celsius. I'll throw up the Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And I had the wrong camera settings. We kind of rushed to come out here to film it. And I was out of focus the whole video for the rest of the video.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to work with that. And then we couldn't film it straight away because we had other things to do. So 1 week later, we're back. We're going to wrap up the game.
Yes.
To keep it fresh in our mind, we actually played this morning.
Yeah.
If you follow us on socials, you saw that we shared a board game breakfast photo.
To be fair, it was not to keep it fresh. It was
to play the game. We like the game. The game is really good. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We like it a lot.
Our initial review is the game is awesome.
Yeah.
I really do love it. So to talk a little bit about how it plays, we've only played it together. And the rule book is quite good. It seems very much geared to teaching you how to play solo, but then it also says if you're playing 2 to 4 players, this is what you do with the cards. Mm-hmm. You start off setting it up with 3 bounty cards, and these are objectives that either of us can race to get first, and you would get 7 points. So the maximum points there.
Yeah.
And then the second person to reach it would get 4 points. The game flow rather, is you shuffle the deck of cards. It's a full normal size deck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just without the Joker cards. You shuffle that up and you pull 3.
First you pull 1, that's going to be the sheriff.
Yes, the sheriff card, which you would deal with at the end of 5 turns.
Yeah.
There's
3 rounds in this game, and each round has 5 turns.
Yes, and a few extra steps around that, such as shuffling the deck again, setting the sheriff card. For each of the 5 turns in each of the 3 rounds, you pull 3 cards from the deck, and that determines where and what you can do on the map.
Yeah.
And it's very open. It's very sandboxy like that. We choose 1 card for the poker card, and then the other 2 cards, the suit determines where you can go on the map, and then the number determines what you can do.
There's 5 places to go?
You've got the trail, Badlands, mine, town, and the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't like the 3 cards that you've been given, you can modify them through gold, spending gold. And you can also skip going to a place designated by the suit and just go straight to the cemetery.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really fun and sandboxy. The more you keep revisiting a place, the more you will unlock.
Yeah.
You start getting really big combos.
Yeah.
I think we've both done one where you started like on the trail, you ended up in the town, and then depending which building you visit, you end up in the mine.
It happened with you first in our first game. You went to town, and then you went to the Badlands, and then went to the mines, and you got so much cash and gold and stars, and I was like...
And it's really good. The flow is really good. And then after you've taken the 5 turns, you resolve your poker hand. You do a little bit of extra. You can resolve to pan and work. Yeah. So you gain either gold or dollars, money, and then you have the sheriff card to deal with, and the sheriff will attempt to arrest you.
Yeah.
Depending on your wanted level. And so you can make the decision beforehand, before revealing the sheriff card, to bribe the sheriff or not.
Yeah. And the wanted level can be really high. So it's like really a gamble. Sometimes it's like you have 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think you can go up to 30 wanted.
Yeah.
And actually, in the last round we played, it was first on the bounty cards, the objective. Mm-hmm. First person to get 9 wanted.
So we were trying to be bold, like keeping our wanted symbols.
Yeah. And the wanted is basically, it's when you commit crimes.
Yeah.
You just go around committing
Because we are
crimes.
baddies.
So if you head to the Badlands, this is where you rob. You can steal chickens.
I love robbing because you can get literally like if you fill in the rows, you get to go somewhere else. And it's always a good time.
It's always a good time. And it's a good, so the robbing is good for, the Badlands, sorry, is good for pushing your luck there.
Yeah.
What you do is
I like that.
Yeah, you decide on which card you're going to have, either based on the cards from the middle of the table, or if you've ended up in the Badlands through a free action, you can pick any number. And then you resolve that by flipping over the card from a deck.
The top one.
Yeah, and if it's greater or equals,
we get everything.
You get everything. Is it greater or equals?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's less than, you get nothing. You get no reward, but you still get the wanted level. And there's ways you can make it an easier time for yourself. You can get a pistol, a rifle, or a bandana to reduce your wanted when you visit the Badlands. And so this brings you to the town. Like you can go to the town to buy equipment.
Yeah.
There's 13 buildings to visit in the town, and you can keep revisiting them.
Yeah. The first time that you visit them, you will get a perk. You will get either a star or be able to go to another part of the map.
Yeah, again, it's really sandboxy. If you don't fancy doing some robbing, you can go to the mine and you can work your way down the levels there.
Yeah.
You can dig up some graves at the cemetery.
Yeah.
And for basically all of them, you have something in the town that can help benefit you. Yeah. There's also like a mini game in the town with the land office. You can spend some of your cash to buy up plots of land.
Neither of us has tried it yet. That one. I love the hotel.
The hotel is really good.
If you visit the hotel 4 times, you get 23 silver stars. The way you score, your final score in this game is basically how much gold you have, how much cash you have, how many silver stars, and how many normal stars.
And with the silver stars, it's basically just from the hotel and the very bottom of the mine. And that will only get counted at the end of the game. So for the mine, one that I did in the previous game we played, was you get a silver star for every building that you visited.
And he loves the town. He visits a lot.
The town is really good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
To get some perks, you can reduce your wanted level in the town.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, there's one that's.
You can visit the church.
You can,
to pay.
In church, you pay up to 8 cash symbols.
Per
and
visit.
You erase basically per cash symbol, you erase 1 wanted symbol. Okay, to learn the game, it was a little bit overwhelming at first because there's too many things, but it's always like this with this kind of game. Like it happened the same with Three Sisters and
because there's a lot going on the map.
You can do a lot of things.
And because of that sandbox nature, you have to kind of read through everything.
Mm-hmm. Try to understand.
Yeah, at least to a basic level. We didn't bother reading through all of the town options.
Yeah.
The buildings.
Were learning as we went.
Yeah.
But as I said before, there's 3 turns, 3 rounds with 5 turns each. And only halfway through the second one, so halfway through the game, it started to be more natural for me to play without even checking with Christian or trying to check the rule book or like, okay, wait a second. What do I do now? What does this do? And only then I was able to play normally.
And that was the first time we played it last week.
Yeah.
So actually this morning when we set it up, it felt really natural to play. Very easy.
We only checked the rule book for something that I don't remember what it was.
We were basically focused on how to spend gold to modify the card values.
Yes.
Because we didn't do that in the first game. And then I was like, hold on a second. And that actually benefited us greatly. We both ended up doing that.
Again, there's so much to do and so many things that the first time that you play a game like this, you're going to miss some things, and it's fine.
And there's so many different ways you can play. You could focus entirely on one activity, or you could spread it out. I think the last time we played, I was trying to unlock some perks first, and then I would visit the Badlands, for example. And component quality is really nice. The dry erase boards that you play on are really good.
Yeah.
The bounty cards, character cards, and cowbot cards, they are a different material to the deck of cards. And I'm not entirely sure why, because so far I haven't seen anything to indicate that we would draw on them.
Yeah.
But they feel like dry erase.
Yeah, we can check that first.
Yeah.
Another thing, the first time we played, the ink was drying in a funny way, like in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
And today it didn't happen. So we played in the morning. And I think it was because it was too hot last time.
Conditions in the office was pushing.
It was over 30.
Over 30.
And it's really, really dry here.
Yeah. And so when we were trying to fill out the map, the game board, it was just drying and basically becoming invisible.
Yeah.
On some of them, we had to keep going over it, which is a bit annoying.
And instead of being black, it was gray.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the dry erase pens.
And they are a little bit too thick. Like to write numbers, it's really challenging.
We've had this problem on Railroad Ink as well. And maybe we will look for some different pens to use. We did get some different pens, but they were a bit too hard to draw on, and they dented the board.
With many gameplays that we do, like it started to mark the board.
So we'll try and find a softer but finer tip pen. Otherwise, the pen is okay. It's a bit gimmicky. It has a magnet on it, which is a very weak magnet. It's like, just didn't need to have that, I think.
Maybe people will want to have them on.
But like we attached it to something metal and it started sliding.
Yeah.
So it's just, the pen is okay. I think that's always the case with these. The pens aren't specially made for the game. They just find whatever pen manufacturer they can for these. So component quality is nice. The cards are nice. I think I mentioned at the start of the video, I thought they were linen finished. Now I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell. Like the design wise, it looks like they have a texture to them.
Yeah, but we think it's the ink.
I think it's just a part of the design.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that to say, the game is really good.
It is.
I recommend it highly. We've been trying to push it on a friend of ours actually.
Yeah.
Because we one of the reasons we got this game is because it can be played solo.
Yeah.
And it'd be a great game solo. And while we're playing together, it is a bit of a solitaire experience, but we like that.
Yeah.
And
there's some interaction. Even my sneakiness he more than once visited in town. Well, what was it? The sheriff office.
Yeah.
And he can look at the sheriff card.
Yeah, one of the perks
for him to decide later if he's going to bribe him or not. And I never do that. I simply judge my situation by his situation.
She basically looks or asks, because we have to decide before we revealed mosquitoes.
There's a mosquito.
We have to decide two mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I'm under attack. We have to decide before we reveal flip the sheriff card. Mosquitoes. We have to decide before we flip the sheriff card if we want to bribe them or not. And just a little bit of information of yes, I'm going to bribe the sheriff, or I'm not going to bribe the sheriff, is enough for you to know.
Yeah.
I know what the card is. So I need to find out a way to be sneaky about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no method in which you can mess up the other player. You're not interacting with their board in that way. You have the 3 bonus cards, the bounty cards, that you can kind of race to get first for a few extra stars. But yeah, otherwise it's fun. We like these kind of games.
I really recommend this one. Again, we like these kind of games. It's not a theme that I would go for normally.
Yeah, you didn't gravitate towards this one as much as I did.
But I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
Because of the type of game it is.
Yeah.
If you're not sure if this game is for you, check the digital version. It's a print and play version, and you can play it with a normal deck of cards.
Yeah, that should give you a good enough feel if you would enjoy this game.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you enjoy other games like Three Sisters or any other kind of roll and write
or flip and write.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for sticking around and watching. I hope you don't mind us being outside. We might continue to do that during the summer.
Yeah, because it's really, really hot.
Yeah, inside the house.
And in our office, not inside the house.
Yeah, and the office is hot. And we would need to run the fans, and that would just mess up the audio majorly, I imagine. So yeah, we're getting attacked by mosquitoes. Let's finish this up.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching, and happy gaming. It's always fun to open a new.
I'm turning to the other side.
Help! I'm lost.
You're turning to. Before buying a physical copy, you can get.
Sorry.
It's okay.